Welcome everybody, I'm Chad with the Ghost Geeks, and today we're going to be looking at this old Victrola record player for our friends over at the Olde Park Hotel in Ballinger, Texas. A couple of weeks ago, I guess somebody was cranking this handle right here, and as you can see, as I crank it, I can feel the mechanisms turning, but then when you let go, the brake is off, it doesn't start spinning. So my thought is the internal springs are not tensioning properly, and so it's not actually winding up. So we're going to get into this guy and we're going to check it out. So let's do that, right? All right, so what we're going to try first is we're going to take the lid off of this. It's on hinges, and I'm going to show you that right now. So when we lift this up, if we just let go, it falls. You see, there's no mechanism. You can't lean it back far enough to work on it because the horn's in the way, and I don't really want to unscrew the horn from the base. This brass can be a little finicky if you start screwing and unscrew from it. So we're going to open the lid up. If you look right inside here, there's some screws. We're going to take those apart. So let's do that. There it goes. It let it go right away. All right, so now we have the top. So this is the mechanism right here. And like we did before, you can see we do the top. Let's see if we can show it from this way. Do the top here. And when we let go, it should go. That's a governor. So if it was spinning, the bottom should be spinning. And you can see they're not intergaging here. So we definitely have some problem with the spring. It's definitely a spring issue. Let's see if we can get a closer up of this. So if we're looking right in here, that's what should be happening. That mechanism should be spinning, but we're not. And so, like I said, there's the governor. Spin that, it governs the speed of it. So we're not doing that. So that's what we got to fix. All right, I realize I am a mess today. Got wild hair on one side. I was wearing a hat outside earlier. Oh well, it is what it is. We do what we do. All right, so I've got this ready to go. We're looking at this mechanism right here. So we got 4 screws that are bolting it to the main framing here. So we're going to take these off, and it's going to pull this little, pin out here. And then we're just going to kind of look at it. I can already tell it's kind of grimed up and greased up. So there may not actually be a broken spring in here. It could actually just be bad old grease that is finally no longer lubricating because of dust infiltration. And so it might just be that we need to clean that out and re-grease pack the spring. So let's do that. Let's open her up and see what's going on. So now let's see if we can get that pin and mechanism off. That's what we want. And there is something underneath the barrel right off the start. Did we just have a cotter pin fall out? That's all? That's an old twist tie. That's not supposed to be in there. That's not supposed to be in there. That could have been our problem too. We'll see. I don't think this was. A little too small. All right, so everything else in here looks pretty good. I'm just kind of turning through the mechanism, making sure none of the teeth. Oh, we do have a busted tooth, don't we? Yep, we have a busted tooth. All right, I can file that. That's not a problem. We can get that tooth back. If I need to, I can always pop a little weld on it and refile that tooth, but we do have a cracked tooth right there. That could be a hang-up point. We'll clean all these gears out here in just a minute. As you can see them, it's already getting nasty. So we'll look at that, but we need to look at this mechanism first. So just looking at this mechanism, it spins freely. It's got a little wobble in it. But this is supposed to be spinning itself upward. The welds look good. None of that looks broken. None of that looks broken. The in-between box looks good. The gearing, there it goes. Okay, that sprocket is a little bent. We might have to flatten the sprocket. I got a press. We can press it. That's not a big deal. I'm trying to feel these mechanisms are messed up at all. Oh, there, that's engaging. Come on. So the clutching mechanism may be, because that engaged. I was twisting that and I could feel it tightening. So it is tightening. So maybe the clutch mechanism, there, right there. I can feel it. Blink. All right, so we whipped out some new tools. I needed some more light and I needed some magnification here. So we brought out this. I'm starting to take apart the assembly now. So really all it is pulling it out, and I can already see that there's something wrong right there. So it looks like maybe the spring is broke right there. If that's the case, it's only broke by about 1 inch. We can definitely pull that, recoil that, and tighten it up. So we're gonna get the mechanism out of here. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Definitely looks like it's broke right there. All right, let's go ahead and knock this out, shall we? So that's real easy. We're just gonna put that right there on the post, and there it goes. So we got the post out. All right, now that we got the case on, I'm looking at here, and it looks like the inner mechanism has come off the spring, which means we have to take this case off. I was hoping we were gonna be able to finagle it without having to take the case all the way off, because it's not a pretty thing to do. You gotta, this is a press fit barrel, so you gotta pull it off, and there's no easy way to do it. So yeah, fun. I'm gonna inspect it a little more before I take it off. I just want to make sure that there's not pieces and it's going to come flying out at me, because it's actually dangerous. So if this thing is under tension, I want to get the tension out of it, but if it was under tension, this part should have spun when I pulled the inner barrel out. So we'll just get in here and look. Yeah, look at that. That's bent. That needs to be protruded out so it'll catch. It's not catching the spring in there, and there's at the end of the piece of metal that's coiled, there should be a hole that this piece right here clicks into, and it's just, I don't know if you can see that in here, but that little piece in there is just spinning freely. So we're gonna take it apart. This is gonna suck because it's loud. All right, so before I do that, let's make a mark so we can line it back up to the way it was. Okay, now we have it marked. Okay, it's almost there. That side's off. That side's off. Yep, look at there, broken spring, and this is pretty shitty grease. All right, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then we're gonna put gloves on. All right, here we go. Dang, that's a good spring though. The spring's good. So we're just having a little trouble right here. It looks like it's getting stuck. That's good news. That's really good news. It's just getting stuck. So there we go. Yeah, now she's moving. Now she's moving. Okay, so let's check this guy. I think maybe we need to punch this up just a hair. The catch mechanism is also worn, so we definitely need to punch that out a little bit so it can grab onto that mechanism and grab onto that wire. So this is actually an easier fix than anticipated, so good job. Well, we like that. So now I've just got to go get, I wonder if I'm gonna have to go put this on the press outside. So I'm probably gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to go to the press. I'm gonna press out, you can see it right here. This little notch needs to be out, and it's worn down and it's pressed in. So this can't grab the spring. So that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna go press that out real quick and I'll be right back. All right, we're back from the press and I was able to get it back into a hook shape so it can grab the spring mechanism inside. Inside the spring mechanism, I don't know if you can see it in there. Probably don't have enough light. But if you look down, let's see if we can do this. If you look down in here, there is a groove inside the spring, and that's what matches up to that hook here, and those two interplay. And it needs to be pretty tight so it doesn't back itself out when it unwinds and gets slack. So now we're going to test fit, and it should not really want to go in by itself, but be pretty close, and that's where we are. So now we just got to get it in there and basically decompress the spring a little bit. And voila. Back in she goes. Now we just gotta find there's the hole. There it goes. All right, reassembly time. So this should be the easy part. Everything's just gonna go back the way it came. Top piece back on, which, let's find my marks. There's mark 1. Yeah, there you are. Alright, light taps to get it back on. Alright, that's back on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this all back together. So we got a gear on either end. We just got to line up the keyhole, which I need my light for. Okay, keyhole up, keyhole up. All right, I can see it down in there now. There you go. 2 halves put back together. we've got everything screwed back in. We're gonna close the lid now and give her a test. So let's see what happens. All right, lid closes good. Everything's lined up. Brake is on. She needs a little bit of grease. We lost some grease while I was cleaning it. Release the brake. Let's just give it a little spin to start it, and what do you know? Look at there. Slows down. Speeds up. Brake works. So yeah, so we just need a little bit of grease to get it rolling again. There's some gears that are still a little needing lube. But overall, that's not too bad. I'll grease it up tomorrow. She's running like a charm. All right, one Victrola fixed. Hopefully, next time you visit the Olde Park Hotel, you'll put a record on it and give her a spin. See what kind of things happen at the Olde Park when the record player is going. Until then, I'm Chad with the Ghost Geeks. Have a great day.